Hey shipmates, it is that time of year where we're going to talk about the mission of Navy ships. This is a long lecture, so I'm going to go through it as quickly as possible. We're going to identify the ships of the Navy and understand how they fulfill the Navy mission. That's the terminal objective for these few lectures. The enabling objectives are we will explain the mission of Navy ships and explain ship terminology. Strategy is a country's top-level political and military plan. Stability is steadiness or order in the international or political team. Deterrence, prevention of war by instilling fear in potential enemies. Strategic, referring to a country's long-range weapons or plans, the big picture. Tactical is referring to short-range weapons or to assets used in support of ground forces. Humanitarian is referring to help given to individuals in need, such as assistance to disaster victims without regard to military or political concerns. Displacement is the weight of the volume of water that a ship displaces when afloat. In other words, it's the weight of a ship by itself. And a knot is 1 nautical mile per hour, or about 1.15 statute or land miles per hour. Purpose of Navy ships is to carry out the military strategy of the United States. This involves peacetime engagement, deterrence and conflict prevention, and ability to fight and win. Remember, deterrence is to prevent war. Peacetime engagement places forces around the world during peacetime to promote economic and political stability. It encourages free trade and peaceful connections among nations by ensuring security of the seas. Deterrence and conflict prevention is derived from the adage, if you seek peace, prepare for war. Strategically places combat power where it cannot be ignored. That takes place with an aircraft carrier. And also hidden submarines. Sometimes you don't know where they are. Creates presence so that the potential enemies are less likely to become hostile. The mission of Navy ships is to fight and win. Means that U.S. forces must be ready for combat at all times. The mission of the Navy is to maintain, train, and equip combat-ready naval forces capable of winning wars, deterring aggression, and maintaining freedom of the seas. Executing this mission involves 4 areas: strategic deterrence, projection of power ashore, sea control, and naval presence. Strategic deterrence is convincing a potential enemy that an attack on the U.S. is ill-advised and possibly resulting in devastation. Examples of force supporting deterrence would be nuclear submarines and strategic missile submarines. Strategic missile submarines, they've got missiles, submarine launched ballistic missiles. They have nuclear missiles and can destroy the world over. One of them can destroy a whole nation. Submarine force is powerful because it's nuclear powered and it can stay under for months. Fast and maneuverable, and it also can have its multiple targeting. So you can have up to 12 warheads per Trident missile, and all of those missiles there are goodness, I don't know why it's not going. Okay. All of those missiles, there's 24 missiles, and there can be up to 12 warheads per missile. So it can destroy a whole nation or a whole continent.
Beneath the sea, the Navy's elusive strategic ballistic missile submarines played a key role in deterring nuclear war. Carrying 45% of the United States nuclear warheads, they completed more than 3,000 Cold War patrols and continue to carry the majority of U.S. strategic weapons.
Sea control, referring to keeping seas open to the U.S., its allies, and other friendly nations, as well as denying potential enemies access. An example of force supporting sea control is Operation Anaconda during the Civil War, where the Union fleet blockaded the Confederate sea lanes and prevented them from trading with Europe, and and also from having diplomatic meetings with Europe. Projection of power ashore refers to the use of seas to carry a fight with a potential enemy beyond U.S. borders to enemy soil. This uses missiles and tactical aircraft that allow troops to quickly land abroad. This is responsible for the fact that no enemy military force has landed on the U.S. soil except for 3 times in over 200 years. I would say that would be, let's see, the Aleutians during World War II.
Units are built and outfitted with the variety of systems they will hold. Here, curved and flat plates are laid out, then welded together. This shell plating will form the base of an inner bottom unit. Welders and ship fitters now install floors, webs, and girders as the structure of the unit begins to take on its three-dimensional shape. With basic structural members in place, pre-outfitting, the installation of systems, can take place. Once assembly and pre-outfitting of the unit are complete, the unit is ready to be erected on the building ways. After the unit is in place, various systems can be tied together. Piping, for example, is joined from one unit to the next. During the unit erection stage, some special installations are made. The engine room outfit package is too large and heavy for unit pre-outfitting. The package, consisting of two huge gas turbine engines and reduction gears on a common foundation, weighs over 190 tons. Shafting and propellers are installed as supporting units are ready to receive. Ground erection sites are used for units too large to be assembled indoors. These deckhouse units have undergone the same assembly and pre-outfit processes as smaller units constructed inside. An Aegis ship is designed and built in sections, which are lifted onto the building ways via a giant crane. These sections are then connected as the ship grows and takes shape.